Alright, welcome back to another GNL redive, where we go to the previous week's content with a ounce of foresight and, wait, that's not the one, hindsight, and complain about things. I am Sleepy, the other MC, of course, and joining me is Melga, the Grandmaster
Hello, everyone.
Melgus, Melgatronic Supersonic.
Always
I'm a
at
sleepy
high
boy
speed.
today, but we have some interesting things to look at, so that'd be something. Maybe
It will.
perking me up.
Yeah,
Get move this bad
it
boy over
will.
here. So, I wrote up kind of a rough agenda for things to look at. First thing we got going on is probably going to be we got a whole batch of new permanent altars for a bunch of little fun things in the last week that we can get a chance to talk about yet.
Indeed.
Uh, just going through the actual menu here real quick. The first thing to kind of touch up on that we didn't before would probably be Johnny coming back. And honestly, I don't think there's a lot to talk about here as far as Johnny's Go-Goo goes, because
Mm,
nothing really happened.
it's like he's a nice filler part for sub parts if you need some. If you're really starting out and really need some, you know, tags and X skills. Oh, look at that tag combo.
Ace
The tag
Hymo,
combo.
I guess?
No, I was just thinking of the next arena.
What's the next arena?
Look, shot defense. So
Oh, the
both of
current
these
arena.
tags So both of these tags give shot defense, so these are good subs.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know how hard I would try to make Ace and Hymo work together in a build, but it's
Mm,
something.
it's something.
Everything
I
has
mean,
Ace on here, which is a problem because it has no shot presence to speak of.
indeed.
I don't think any of these altars actually did anything.
The
Being an
Zoop did.
early arena altar, the stat boost is almost non-existent, and
Yes.
there's no significant added traits really. I know there's one you're going to talk about, but I don't think it's worthwhile. Um,
Mm,
Everything that was already good, like for example the head back there, or even the arms, or even the
yeah,
bazooka, remains good. But
true.
the added on altar doesn't change anything.
Mm. Well, let me just mention that these arms here,
Eh,
those 26% of penetrating super armor, can be used to stack up to 100% and go through defenders. That is pretty useful considering
Defender
the current
shields,
the current 3v3 bothersome stuff we have right now. These can be useful,
I
but it's a
suppose.
very, very specific gimmicky stuff.
And it also kind of clowns on larger things, master grades, perfect grids.
Exactly.
It's weird niche. I mean, the arms don't need it. The head doesn't need it. The initial traits are still good to this day.
Mm-hmm.
The added traits are just kind of there. Uh,
Yes.
its sold EX doesn't even get that much better. I don't think it's really even worthwhile for altering that thing. Like, the back gets some kind of fun vernier play, but nothing I would actually spend a tool on.
I'll probably only use the Vernier thing in that huge Astray multi-mission map.
Noble Path.
Yeah, that map's huge, but it's like I don't know. You would need to take 30 seconds to clear the map. So if you take less than that, this trade is dead.
The bazooka seems like the only thing that really got a straight upgrade for the altar, but this feels like a lot of work just to get a 30% EX boost on a bazooka.
It's not just a 30% EX boost. Considering the current 4-star gears, we start with the job gauge completely full. So refilling it sometimes might take a while, and considering the amount of boosts that we get, this can be used. It's not a best in slot, not by far, but I think it has its uses.
I don't think it's even like a top 20 in slot, man.
Mm,
Making high mobility
I
work on a bazooka sub just to get that combo seems like a huge stretch, especially since you're saddled with an ace too, and this bazooka itself is not really adding any kind of stats.
True.
It's a
I
bad
would
gun.
probably use the F91 one, the
Yeah.
the T type. Though getting it is not easy though.
Like, even the shield is still fantastic, unaltered. I don't even think altering is giving it that much of a boost. You're gonna see that melee defense and be like, 56, but if I just check out the pre-alter version, like, it's still 5k. You're getting 800 for an alter tool, 800 melee defense, and a dead trait. Like, the initial trait is still incredibly good.
Mm-hmm. I would.
This is a weird case.
I used it for quite a while.
Oh, everyone did. You
But
see these Goku shields on everyone's builds before skins happened. Because it was
yeah.
an ace shield, and it just looked good.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. I feel like it's not worth the tool, and you're better off for almost all of this just maxing out the parts you still want, and not bothering with the alterations.
The bazooka I would alter it. But yeah, that's
You would.
probably very honestly, it's the only one.
Yeah.
There's nothing here breaking anything.
The head has always still been good, the arms are still good, the shield is still good, regardless of their alters.
Yes.
That's it. I'm
It's
glad it's
only
back.
visible.
I'm definitely going to, before the week's over, just check to see if I can get over my crippling need for capital. Check to see if there's any caps to fill.
Do we have the pilot available?
No, Johnny is not alterable. Same as Harry
Oh,
last
no.
time.
Oh yeah. But he's available for craft, right?
He's available for crafting, correct? And he's actually quite good.
Yeah, considering what we have, the current arena meta, I think he was good. Oh, now I know why he was good.
Yes, because he has buff up.
That makes sense.
He is 4200, so that means he's at that old 1100 good standard baseline for a 3-star.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like the Rambo Roll level. They're not quite the 1600s of old, they're the 1100s of old. But at this point, that's barely a real difference. So he still shows up with a good amount of attack. He's an infighter. He's got that Zeke going on, and he has a really great trait. I would definitely focus, if you are going to run those treasure missions for parts, I would focus on making sure you have him maxed out if you missed him, like, 2.5 goddamn years ago.
Yeah. He's in my opinion, if you don't have this one, you should get it and max the trait really, really, really hard. Don't let it escape.
Can we give some brief call out and respect to Mr. Johnny Ridden, the savior of build training?
Indeed.
Do you remember when he was still around and we had that 1 week of build training that required like 20 goddamn infighters?
I think I still have 2 or 3 extra ones from that week.
Yeah, everyone just kept making Johnnies. He saved the day because he was an infighter you could slot in back before everyone had that big perks pool for build training.
Yeah.
Johnny's legendary for that. What we also got last week, outside of Johnny's Gogook, is a couple standard alters and a couple event alters. I think it'll be quick enough just to go over the events, since I don't think there's a lot going on here. You're going to tell me that the Virtue back is worthwhile for your tool. I'm not going to disagree with you, but at the same time, you can... Oh, I do have one. I'm a hypocrite.
Busted.
I thought I didn't alter it yet. I'm not going to disagree with you, but at the same time, I don't think it's mind-blowingly, amazingly needed. It's still got that poopy Jirobi cooldown on it. But yeah, you want it for that beam resist effect.
It's a decent beam resist effect, and the Jirobi is wide enough to catch more than one guy at once.
Because you're firing all 4 of those bat cannons.
Yeah.
In fact, let's just take a peek at it real quick. Let's head over to him. Let's go to GBM Virtue. I wonder if someone happens to have a video about this. Oh, what's this?
What is this? Someone
What
has it.
are these mad beats? I didn't actually consider the width till you just brought it up, so I just want to take a look at it. Yep, Saber Boomerang still remains kind of bad.
Do you want to talk about the head trait?
I want to talk about how I don't like it. I can't actually see the width past that GN barrier. I do see, if I'm looking closely at this, that that dude is firmly in the center of this beam. It is encompassing both sides of him. Virtue is too fat to see past it, but maybe I can get like a... Yeah, there's some remnants there, like here to here. That's a fat beam. That's like an Exa full burst.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah.
I like it. And well, let's talk about the elephant in the room.
The bazooka. Yeah, just do it. It's good. It's never been bad. It's the best part this Gunpla has ever had.
I'll be very honest with you. I even like the attack value.
Yeah, no, it's a strong weapon. Has some great tag spread for when you need it, and that EX skill has always forever been useful. It's been B at max, B pierce, B power, 3 seconds to launch off. A nice quick charge up for a big AoE burst that you'll see in a second here.
Do notice that the charge up is kind of large, even for arena. You might get an SP shot in the face if you try to run it there in a short map.
Back when this released, this could not pull off the 456s. But it's just good for everyday play. It's a big projectile that tracks softly, and has a large splash radius that I'm failing to capture because I keep double-clicking the screen.
Yeah, I mean, look at the size of that shot.
That blast radius is large. I've used it on melee suits. Well, mixed suits that have like a defender pilot to just wipe people around me because it is encompassing you and everyone around you.
Mm-hmm.
The altar just gives it a B plus power instead of B, which honestly is a big enough bump and it's good enough. You might as well.
Yeah, it's a good skill to use, and the fact that you can run this max easily lets you not this week now. Last week, if you maxed it out, it was really good.
Yeah, this is more of a post guide for if you did grab things. This is what you should look at.
Yeah. In this case, it's more of a should you alter.
Yo, even at EX1, even if you just happen to fill full sets of everything, CB plus 3 seconds is great. The Pierce ain't gonna add that much.
Yeah, and it has, and even at level 90, it should have around.
Knock off 10% of that, so knock off 970.
Yeah, 88 around that.
That's still an acceptable event level weapon.
Yeah, 88 is respectable. Pretty respectable.
I think those are the only two worthwhile things on this. I think you're going to want to mention the head trait.
I'll mention the head trait because it's a 30% boost.
On auto. It's encouraging you to not play the game.
Yes, it is.
And now...
a lot of people play on auto. A lot of people use the full just let it go and let it shoot kind of thing. So it does work.
A lot of people use auto for rampage.
Yeah.
In a pinch, if you don't have a double boost head, this could be something.
Exactly.
Not quite in the same utility as like X-Divide or T-Arms.
Yes.
But now, what is your interpretation of when operated on auto?
Well, my first interpretation is just you're in control, and it's on auto.
Okay, I agree with that. That is what That is what I've discovered. That does not mean your AI partner operating by itself. That means
that's the only sad part.
On auto.
If you switch, you lose 30% damage on your friends.
Yep.
So it's not less fun.
It's only when you're in control, but not in control. Genius. Ryusei-go, right next to it. I hate to say, I don't think there's anything here, man. I mean, the AV system's cool, but it doesn't get much better at all. You just get 10% more melee buff. There's no interesting stats going on. Everything that was good on it, like the torso, remains good, and picks up like a dead trait.
I'll be honest. I have to speak about the arms.
You always have to speak. He's a defenseman.
It's
You.
considering how things are moving up in the arena. A lot of people are slotting in reduction to to help survive and to help their supporters survive and
Really
their
good looking
defenders
arms.
survive. And this is great for 3v3 because it increases your survival and has that trait that runs through the defender orbs. So it is a good anti-defender slash survival tool if you need one for 3v3.
If you need one and you're absolutely flooded with light ultra tools and you have no regard for your economy.
Well, need is a need.
Watching them rotate, these are really good looking arms.
Yes, they are.
I think they look cool.
Grace is awesome. It's an awesome design.
I don't think anything else
hope
here
we can get
comes through.
I hope we can get Gray's head without the eyes.
Gray's custom.
Yeah.
When Akihiro has it, when it has the shoulder cannon, go for that.
Yeah. Oh, we can also mention the back is sort of a free melee boost, but it depends on
You
what
say
kind of
free,
equipped.
but you're boosting this to 10, and you're spending a light altar tool and a buttload of cap.
Yep.
So
I say free as if you had it maxed and you just have it lying around and you need the 30% boost that fits any build as
and
long
you
as it
tripped
has
on
an
the
axe.
sidewalk and found a light altar tool just lying there you didn't have to pay for, yeah, it'd be free.
Yeah, after a while you're going to be swimming in altar tools.
Yeah,
Not
but that's
now.
why crew credits then go towards EN restores.
Yes, they do. They do go towards EN
And that's
restores.
3
I
EN
agree with
restores I'm giving up for this thing.
that. True. Well,
Gross.
it is what it is. It has to fight the tightest back slot. My oldest
Edge.
part.
Yeah, that's an EX, alright. It was an EX to begin with. Actually, I'm pretty sure. Ryusei Fudo. I'm pretty sure Wind Edge even started as a B. Yeah, so you're just getting a little bit of a power boost. That's really not doing anything.
I think the only thing that it has going for it, it swings around you. So
Keep it unaltered. I don't see a point to alter this.
True. Well, yeah.
I got nothing here, man. You can make a niche argument against the arms.
Back
is like desperation, but I don't see anything else.
No, I'm okay with that. It's the arms have that specific niche, and that's a good thing for me.
Build Mark II, none of these are getting significant stat boosts, by the way, because they're too early to even be good to begin with, so the percentage they slap on it doesn't do anything. Which is really sad to me, because the Build Mark II torso used to be like secret tech for me. Back when it released, it would have, at level 80, almost 1,000 shot attack, which was incredibly uncommon for like a free S part at that time. It has not aged well.
But this suit has, I'll be honest with you, it has a lot of interesting parts.
You say so?
Post-op.
The arms are something people have been using forever as a big self boost.
Oh, yeah,
and
the arms
being
are...
able to throw 10% on that floor and ceiling of the buff, it's kind of nice.
It is. I would say the arms are the closest to a mandatory altar we have here. The closest. I don't think it's enough, but it's the closest to that.
Yes, because by itself, without the altar, as you can see here, it's still fantastic. It's 30-39, you're just going for 40-49. It's 10%, which with buff up is just fine, because it's additive. But it's still good without it.
It is. I agree with that. I would still alter it. I say those 10% are worth it due to how uncommon that slot is.
That's so gross, I hate
it. Because arms, we don't have a lot of
No, arms
with
unusual
buffs.
slot.
Yeah,
And stuff that we do have is usually an archer stance like Serpent and Buster that isn't affecting melee. This affects both.
exactly.
When operated on auto, enemy melee, that's dumb.
I'll say it again. It's one of those niche traits.
Not
Uh,
even, man.
yeah. This
Okay,
one does not even protect your suits if you're out of them.
let's phrase this
So
here. Let's break this down logically. This is a
yes,
trait that benefits you only if you do not want to play the game and give control to the computer, and then the computer fucks up and gets into melee. Then the trait benefits you.
yeah, it's a very, 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 very specific situation. I agree with you.
Do you agree
I
that
would not chase this one. I would not.
Do you agree that Cougar
We
Rush is one of the coolest combos we have?
Cougar Rush is really cool.
I don't think
Yeah,
this is worth an alter because it starts at B plus anyway. So like, it's fine. It's fine as is. I just think the animation for it
how
is
much
fantastic.
initial does it have on
Alter?
pre-alter? Yeah,
Tree.
you could. Oh,
Yeah, Cougar Rush is cool. I don't like combos on principle because they're stinky and they just keep you there. But it just looks cool. Look, you just like kick that guy once or twice. It's sick. Go back, go back. It's so long. I didn't realize how long that was.
yeah, but
Give him
one
a
thing
kick
it
and a
does have,
slash.
it has the good factor that it moves forward.
It moves forward a little bit. It's
It
not Beam
moves
Saber
forward.
combo.
I agree. I agree.
Honestly, this isn't even where I fell in love with it. My first exposure to Cougar Rush that put me on Team Cougar Rush was Earth 3.
True. Earth 3 is really cool.
This just gives you the Mark II aesthetic with cool stuff going on. It's a cool skill to have, I just don't think it's worth the alter. We're starting to get into the weird alter territory with this weird-ass saber. Millions of years ago, I had tried to push a for-computer agenda when this came out because ICD parts were so uncommon
Yeah.
that the fact that we had a melee weapon with an ICD trigger on a kind of okay tag was something I wanted to make work. Because our other ICD options were like eventually Abyss, the universal stuff you had to gotcha for. The fact that this was just free and maxable and it gave me that magic 12%, I tried to make it work. I didn't.
Don't we have another computer traits on
We have tons of computer traits now. Arius has a 4-computer universal EX boost. Sick.
Yeah. So this fits if you're starting out. I would not chase it that hard.
No, this is a weird alter in the case that it is ICD and EX boost together. That is amazing.
Which it is.
But it's
but
also
the fact that it requires
two different tags. And there's not a lot of overlap on these tags.
Yeah.
If I were to apply to this filter Gundam type and 4 computers, the amount of things that share it, and get rid of Ryusei go, the amount of things that share it are probably going to be SDs and builds. And, oh, Liu Bei. Hold on, is Liu Bei going to put my words right back in my mouth?
Also Superior Dragon. That's interesting.
No, he kind of is. Okay, so there's a lot of good SDs with these tags. I might be reconsidering this item.
Yes. You even have a lunch axial, which might fit. Yeah.
Shit, there's actually a part in every slot that has those tags. And Haru, who is amazing, gives you more ICD. Like, statistically, Haru is crazy. I think he ends up at like 4K in every stat.
See? And you can even stack this with Haru straight if you need to.
We're gonna go find Haru. I'm angry. I'm angry that this is good.
See, it's not as bad as that when we look at it.
Where are you, you little toy commercial weirdo? Yeah. That's not bad, man.
See, it's an okay part. It's an okay part. The utility is there. Oh my god, this guy is 4K 4K.
Yeah, no, that's what I
What
mean.
the
That is not
hell?
bad.
What the hell? We currently have 46% conversion. This guy gets pretty high.
Too bad his resists aren't that also, or else I'd be like, this is resist gear bait of the highest order. But no, I
This
saw
is
his even
definitely a
1500
weird
stat
one.
line here at 99, and I'm like, wait a minute, that's a little lower than a 1600. I know 1600s come out to 40, the 4000 area. What's he gonna be? A
No,
4K across the board.
I would say this is okay. This is pretty
I'm
okay.
going to say I would actually consider dumping like 12 tickets on him if I ever get it.
Yeah, a few gold marks would be fine.
12
Red
tickets
marks,
and 4 gold
I'm a min
marks?
max.
I mean, 12 tickets to just get him at max immediately. Gundam type ICD is not something I'm unfamiliar with. And freeing
Yeah,
up my
it's a
melee
common.
slot so I don't have to use DX Javelin would be kind of nice.
Yeah, it's
And that is such a good stat line.
Gundam type being everywhere is not a bad thing.
No.
And for his case, so I would say
Alright.
the build Mark II Saber is saved.
That saber is not as unusable as I considered, especially since Liu Bei and Superior Dragon exist, who are both amazing.
Exactly.
But it's still not perfect.
It's not in an optimal spot, but it's in a usable enough spot.
Are there other Valk parts on here? Yeah, Valk legs. Okay. Those aren't that good, though. Valk arms. I don't know what crazy person maxed those out. Certainly not throw them in an oven. You'd have to be insane for that.
I know nothing.
That's actually a more common tag combination than I thought, and I feel a little silly now.
Yeah, even our good old Night Gundam has some parts up there.
Night Gundam's great. It's so cute. Actually, Night Gundam is a mofo. If I were to find it on here real quick, which I'm probably just going to cheat and just go straight to BB. Night Legs is one of our power cooldown combos. No, that's not Unicorn. Is Night Gundam not BB? Oh, he's a permanent alter. My bad. Night Gundam Legs, one of our rare power cooldown combos that are statistically sound, like amazingly so for something released so long ago. It's sitting on GT. It's GT cooldown, and it's like free power.
So yeah, I mean, if you're straight up running Gundam type and going all in on it, I mean, this enables you.
I'm aware it's not a melee tag, it's a shooter tag, but GT is something that's so common with such a wide support pool that you can run it on a melee suit if you have the trait pool that you want to use, and you can be perfectly fine.
There's even stuff like the XR4 parts that have Gundam type and run tremendously well. So
alright, this is bad.
So okay, Saber is saved. Let's look at the guns.
I don't know, man. I think you can do better again for a bazooka power boost.
It's physical, you know. Due to being physical, it works in like half of the stuff in the game. So I think this one is better than the written one.
Better than Johnny. It makes Johnny look worse.
Yeah.
Because there's actually stats to transfer.
Yeah, 85 is okay. Pretty okay. And you can sub this even to the RX-78 one.
Yeah.
So it's not a lot to transfer, but you would end up with Ace and Gundam type. So this one is good, the cooldown one.
I like 15 seconds. It has more wiggle room than 10. You're not waiting as long as 20. It's good. I think this is a good investment if you are trying to work out some kind of
early
100%
level reduction type, yeah.
For multi-missions or even in a pinch 3v3 league where you just want to use a big area attack and then get it right back as fast as you can. Or in this case at 15 seconds, get it back for wave 3. In fact, at 15 seconds, if you have enough 1 and 2 enemy shot down stuff, or buff stuff, you could probably make like 3 distinct layers of 100% cooldown, 100% cooldown, 100% cooldown.
Yeah, with the triggers, you can.
Though technically you only need 2, but you could
yeah,
make
you
some
only need
distinct layers.
2 full triggers. 2 full triggers should be enough for most content.
Yeah, this can buffer you into the last wave if you time this right. Didn't we just get a event that has a timed boost on it? I feel like I was yelling about that. Wait, does Otori have one?
Otori means what?
Does Otori have a timed? I hate this.
I'm not sure.
I hate this feeling where I think we
I think Otori had a time-based one, but I think it was for limit break, for boost gauge.
We'll check that out when we get to it. I just distinctly remember writing a passage recently on an event page about that time limit specifically.
Oh wait, no, it does. It does. Went to confirm, but it's 40%, but it's still close enough.
Okay, I mean we'll get to it on the agenda soon.
Yes.
But when we get to that, we can talk about the same effect. The shield is there. It doesn't do anything. Shield bad. I would argue it even looks a little worse than the regular Mark II shield because it doesn't have that grenade pack on the bottom.
Yeah.
Fails at every level.
I would not. Yeah, this one is. I usually try to find a saving grace. If I had to try really hard to find a saving grace, but would have to be really hard. Would be like Nishi if you have to do the Hyperion mission, the shield. But even then, altering, you don't need alter for that.
No, all the alter has is reduction, right? Wait, this is double reduction.
It's reduction? Oh my god, then yeah. Kill me now.
It's flat 55 reduction if you jump through all the hoops.
It is. Oh my god.
Double reduction part, Melga. Oh my god.
I'll straight up say it. I don't say this a lot. I don't say this a lot, but this one goes into my top 10 worst parts alteration ever.
We can breeze through the other 2 alters we got this week, which in that case would be GPO1 Zeppy and GPO2.
Oh yeah, those are fun. Stat-wise,
these got great. This gives a lot of hope to the high defense guys. Kind of like how Death Scythe and Shenlong did last week. How they were low attack, high defense to begin with. And after their alterations, they just got beef.
Also, the GP01 breeds a new lease on Federation again.
Yeah, another little bump of Fedi. Same thing for Xeon for GPO2. It's nice support.
I mean, look at that torso.
Oh, the armor. Torsos? Let's say this up front so we don't have to reiterate. 66, 36, 34, 21.
It's crazy.
Oh, the torsos are different. I believe except for the torso, like the arms and legs on these guys are the same statistically. 56, 28, 9, 50, 51, unless the alter has changed that. The alter has changed that. Okay. Unless I'm thinking of full burn-in.
Probably.
I'm pretty sure the GPO2 shared stat lines with GPO1 pre-alter.
I think it was more with full burner.
Could be.
Yeah, but yeah,
they're different enough now.
This one, if I had to mention something, I would be the back end the gun.
Yeah. Well, hold on. Let's not discount the torso.
Oh.
For just the stat lines on it. That's high armor, that's high melee, and high shot. This does, like, just a little bit of everything.
And 2 melee attacks.
Technically, yes.
I would not complain about this. At all.
No, not at all. Even the arms get up to 9k.
If
Like
you if
this
you're
has
in doubt,
some low defenses for what it is, but its
yeah.
offenses on both ends for all its parts are amazing.
If you're starting a melee suit, take a look at this one because, well, while it's not Master Alter, it beats
No, but
Master Alter in offensive stats,
yeah.
but it's still really good.
Let's
So
just say out loud the words in a vacuum here. 9k melee, 4k shot on a standard part.
how many old parts got killed?
Ignore the defenses, of course, because they're not that high, but
How many old parts got killed? How
the
many of them?
legs. The legs are something to talk about for you.
Yes, they're a
Defenders
very
defend.
specific defender.
Cooldown to running defender is cool. Now EX
Also,
skill reduction, tied to running defender for cooldown, is
yeah,
even cooler.
it's really solid. It works. This has tremendous synergy because it only needs 2 parts to activate. So
Oh yeah, totally.
It's easier to activate these 2 traits than it is to activate one
What
tag
one of
based.
them is skin based.
Yeah, exactly. Both
If
of
you
oh
are trying
yeah.
to build a tank, these are a great investment.
Mm-hmm.
Statistically, even. Because that's a buttload of armor for legs. That is an absurd amount of armor for legs. The back, the classic battle cry we've always loved, got a little bit of a boost. Um, Up to an actual real boy A power while keeping its heal. That's not bad.
Now Battlecry has, and even then with the popular cooldown builds, though that low initial cooldown profile makes you work with almost without initial cooldown. You can run a 12% and this will be
Yeah.
almost instant.
Oddly enough, this is the one part that doesn't have, like, good shot. But the rest of the stats are just perfectly fine. And you like the rifle as well?
Mm-hmm. I like the
That's a pretty
rifle.
attractive stat line. And it has even more defender tank synergy. Hey, you know how the other parts want you to run a rifle? Here's a good one.
Exactly.
Shooting power
Defender power
reduction,
boost. Yeah.
power boost running defender, 2 melee tags, and actual bonus defenses and good stats.
And this part also has a pretty good synergy with the axe from Gusion Hibek.
Mm-hmm.
So you get like 2 defender damage boost traits which you can play around with.
What's mine at? Oh, apparently I don't fucking have one. That's funny. The shield, I gotta say, is a rare version of a team, well, ally buff, offense buff on a shield. That does not happen otherwise in shield slots. This is a good investment for a 3v3 league ally.
Yeah, but you need to decide if you alter it or not, because if both of your buffs are altered,
Yeah.
they won't stack. Both of the same name, of course.
Well, from
Because
different
if you
sources
use
they stack.
like
But
for
if you
example,
had
you use
another,
Buster,
yeah,
you Buster chest, you need to decide which one of the 2 is altered.
Buster Torso on the same unit as this shield, of course, will not stack. But if one of them is unaltered, they will.
Yeah.
What makes it a good league option is how you can cheat the part economy with it. Now that we can use skin parts on builds, you can very well make a skin for a buff build that has this or Buster Torso, one of them unaltered, right? Your choice.
Exactly.
And then put that on the skin, move over to your second ally, and use the exact same parts without a skin. And double up those EX uses.
Yeah.
You can get one part on 2 different Gunpla. So as long as one of them is skin, one of them is not skin.
Yeah, and even if you don't follow that route, just using this as a stat stick works fine.
Oh yeah,
5k armor and 3k defenses with that offensive, it's
I like
solid
it.
all around.
It's cool. It's never really been a terrible standard, and it finally got its redemption. I think GPO2 got treated worse. I mean, first, Vulcans. Though, look at that melee defense. Holy shit. Look at it. Just look at it. It's so fat.
Yeah.
The torso, I've been waiting to see for a very long time because of how large the natural armor was. And now we have it even larger.
It is huge.
Like, this is a melee beat stick that gets dangerously close to, like, being a try-burning alternative.
Mm-hmm. This is
it
what I would
actually
say.
has shot defense.
I would say this suit is the perfect starter kit for a cooldown build because it's easy to do it on P, and having this suit as your base makes it very easy.
Excuse me, I'm just checking the torso stats on try-burning.
Oh yeah,
So
try-burning alter
altered.
wins.
God, that's still scary.
No, try-burning is crazy. The chest on try-burning
How
is
is
still
this
crazy.
fair?
Yes.
Okay, but if I remember
the chest on
correctly,
try-burning is still crazy.
if I remember correctly, try-burning had like no shot defense through that whole thing. No shot attack or shot defense.
But one thing that we need to consider is that Physalis, the chest is just easier to max. So every part is easier to max because it's a standard part, and we do get a lot of 4-star tickets as well as premium materials.
Correct.
So it does have the potential for that.
That almost 7,000 melee defense that makes me gross thinking about is at max potential. Oh, sorry, 6,200. Is at max potential. Realistically, that's only going to be down to like friggin' like low 5,000s. You're not that far off with GPO2.
Exactly. So this is a good start. And it has, as we talked about before, the common Gundam type tag.
Yeah.
And Xeon, if you use it, Xeon leg gear is really good. So this suit does not let you down.
These arms actually compete wholesale with unaltered try-burning. I'm trying to keep my expectations realistic here.
Yeah.
Stat-wise, these are just wonderful. I guess a 20-35 melee boost on the arms isn't the worst. There's a lot of this that has more utility than parts on GPO1, but I feel like they're just not needed.
Oh, and this one is like a one trigger melee boost.
Yeah, like everything on this thing, it wants bazookas.
Yeah, it's OC. It also makes you get that physical bazooka we talked about earlier.
I shouldn't say everything is bazooka based. Everything is GPO2 nuke based.
Yes, gotta keep those nukes running.
Twistbuster's Twistbuster. It's not even the cool Twistbuster. B+, isn't cool as like the A- Twistbusters we have on stuff like Versago. It's still okay though.
Yeah, again, it's okay. You can get a part without alteration that has a similar skill, so at a similar power level. So I would say that chasing this for the skill is bad. Yeah. Chasing it for that armor and melee defense should be okay.
Though that never lasts forever. Stats always get crept.
Yeah, beware. Exactly. So it's a decision to evaluate.
One of the linchpins of debuff builds. Since our slots are so limited, this back has been a godsend for giving us 22% for just a skin choice. And I guess a melee power boost is okay too, but you're never really going to be taking advantage of both of these at once.
Maybe you do. Because there's that parts like the...
I would have to put together
the Tryon legs, you know, the Tryon legs.
I would have to put together like an SD build that just spams SD tackle and attack.
That one also works.
To get both those offenses
I was going to say grab based, because you have the Curious Shield and the Tryon legs. You can play around with those, and they take some advantage out of this. But
the problem is with those are reducing things I don't care about, like resist.
True.
Anything that isn't an attack debuff is
It
really,
is an
really
attack.
bad.
Trion legs are an attack debuff.
Is trying attack debuff? Is it a shot debuff though? I don't know. Hold on. I don't doubt you, but if you're wrong, that means I got a big win today.
God damn it.
Melee attack. So you're kicking
that
them.
sort of works. That sort of works. You know,
I'm not gonna go
perfect.
into the flaws in Raptor Breaker's animation because holy shit, can you be stopped by a stiff breeze?
Yes, but
or
there's
even
also
them
there's
taking a
also
step
ways.
backwards.
There are ways around that. But
Yeah.
you want but see, the synergy is possible.
Sure,
I just wanted to open
sure, but also
bank.
melee attack down, shot attack down. Run yourself some SD attacks. That could work out as well. Let's see. Hey, command is actually like on the docket for an altar, right? Even pretty soon.
Which one?
Command.
Hmm.
I'm fairly
Maybe
certain that it should be out sooner than later.
Let me see if we are that far away from it.
I'm going to.
Yes.
Actually,
Keep
if you
going.
can just bring up the list real quick.
Keep going, and I'll.
I don't want to dig through the Discord to try to find the image of the list.
Don't worry.
Bazooka! Got more bazooka! We got power on this bad boy finally. Reports come in that it's still not quite as strong as like Glanza or other big AoE options, but the AoE on this is still gigantic. And the gun is actually good power. 11.5 is kind of nutso.
This is now my cooldown shot build stat stick.
Yeah, and it deserves an altar if you want it, because it goes from niche, add clear with low power to mess them up, boys. You got frames through this entire thing.
Yeah.
You do a stupid amount of splash, and the damage is good enough. And then the shield gets real shieldy. Surprisingly, no armor, but that shot attack and those defenses are really nice. Oh, let me actually move the main stat screen back up for you. The added trait is absolutely nothing to care about. It's junk. But the fact that this goes from an okay fashion choice to an actual workable stat shield is damn impressive. 2-6 shot attack, 4-9 shot defense. That is great. In fact, 2-6 and 4-9, right? What am I looking at for like a rebong shield?
Yeah, it's a free one. But Reborn Shield Altar is like a
my
monster
91
even by
rebong
today's.
is 3 and 3-9. This dude is sitting at what I say, 2-6 and goddamn 4-9 or something. Yeah, that directly competes.
Oh my god, we're getting competition for Reborn Shield. That's
with
a realization that I did not
that
need.
directly competes with rebong. Hold on. Back to Ziteboard real quick. I'm gonna grab a pen and I'm just gonna jot down. First off, 779 armor because it's really bad. 26 shots. Let's say 29 melee and 49 shot defense. I just want to look at this directly. 28 res, 12 res. Those aren't as important, but we'll think about them.
Oh my god! But that shot defense, the 4-9.
Okay.
That converts to 22.
GN shield actually has armor for sure.
Yes.
But if we ignore armor, as we often do, that directly competes as a stat stick.
Let me just confirm something really quick. Mathematically, it beats it.
What? What's
I
Radiator Shield after conversion?
I cannot accept this. Radiator wins. Radiator wins.
What is its
What
value
the
after
hell?
conversion?
What the hell? 48.54. And
For real,
Reborns
it
is
gains
40.
like 2K?
The conversion is for. I'm running 46% conversion, as
Alright,
that
so
is
what does
available
GN
right
Shield
now.
get?
GN Shield, due to having
At 91, like I have right here. Like a realistic level 4.
Yes, I went at 91. It loses versus a 99 Radiator.
Now if I
It
do
gets
this,
40, but it's a small conversion. Do remember?
Yeah.
It's 47.94. The difference is really small. So so if you increase Reborn's levels, that Reborn's is
Yeah.
still winning.
But I
Because,
think it's perfectly fair to compare a 99 old standard to a 90 Sokai. I think that's totally fair.
Yeah, it is. It is. Because it's easier to max. But do remember that Reborns gets like 500 shot more at 99. So if you have
It's
a max
300 more.
Reborn shield,
Yeah.
you're still okay.
Look at this.
But chasing a Radiator shield is, I cannot say it's a bad decision.
I'm doing this for you, math man.
Oh my god.
It only gains 300. I don't have that far off to go.
Yeah. No, I'm telling you the difference is like due to conversion. It's like 450
Yeesh.
if both are maxed.
Well, that's our alterations this week. They're all really cool.
Yeah, they
are. I guess the banner is the next stop on the agenda, just to go over real quick.
Yes.
As we try. Freedom for the sake of speed. All the alterations are good. There's no point touching them. The stat boost you get from having a big Sokai part, the automatic 20%, is too good to ignore. I did not do a should you alter this week because it's just too good. Altering this is a no-brainer.
Its freedom is
otherwise
clearly good.
I don't think this does anything special.
That's interesting. That's an interesting point of view.
I think the stats are fantastic, but I don't think it does absolutely anything unique or new or, special.
Freedom?
In fact, yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, by me.
It does. Look at the twin saber.
Oh, it's a 40/40 melee weapon. Ooh.
And yes, and you get a single saber with initial cooldown at 15. I mean.
Oh wait, did we?
Yeah.
What is it on altar?
On altar, I think it starts at 15, right?
Because I didn't look at any of the altars for freedom. I didn't need
to. Let me just say the altars change their utility a bit.
Hey, there's no ICD on here. What are you talking about, dude?
Oh, wait. What does the Lacerta do? Now I'm confused. Oh my god, I was thinking of Mobius. Mobius. My bad. I'm really sorry.
This is just a job gauge bump that you don't really need, though it is funny to just like refill your entire gauge after 20 seconds. Yeah. What the heck, man?
Okay. And Freedom Shield is not even...
Freedom Shield has 2 dead traits.
It does. It's tremendously bad.
And Freedom Shield isn't that crazy of a stat stick. It's just that alteration 20% carries it entirely. You now have an amazing, like, unequivocal stat boost to sub in for anything that has ace or high firepower and doesn't need melee attack.
If you had to say from Freedom, okay, being really real with you, the only unique part of it is the chest. It's a revive. We have a lot of revives, but this is our first revive triggered by ace exclusive.
Wow. Well, okay, if you're gonna say by ace exclusive, yes, I gotta give you that.
Yeah, and ace exclusive is a pretty common shot tag.
I'm already on my way to be a shithead, but...
Oh god, don't be a shithead.
Wow, a revive and power boost on a torso. Who would have thought?
Sometimes I hate you.
But no, Ace exclusive. I almost would have preferred it to be the secondary, so it'd have a higher floor.
Yeah, I get
But
that.
yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
It's
Ace
a good ship.
exclusive is like Ace exclusive lets it jump around the several attribute builds.
True.
So it has I would say it has a lot of mainstay power if you need a revive somewhere.
Now, I have not actually looked at Mobius once because I'm not writing it this week. Danny
Oh,
is
I
here as we
did.
speak, so this is
Okay.
something you're gonna have to kind of highlight for me. Also, why the
Oh,
hell does it have 3 twins?
because it uses just the regular weapons and the wings turn into weapons.
You know, I don't care about your Weeaboo lore garbage explanation. Why
No,
do we need to get 3 different twins?
because of the forms of it.
I hate it.
Look at the designs. Look at the designs,
I
my
just
brother.
did. It's the regular rifles, okay, and then it's the beam cannons that it takes off its back,
Exactly.
okay, and then it's the beam cannons it takes off its back that it combines with the rifles.
Just by themselves. Exactly.
Dumb. I don't like it. So what do you like about this? Because I haven't even glanced at this dude yet.
Oh, well, we can just say that the chest piece is completely crazy. It's 140 for shot.
Is this one of those weirdos that's high shot, high melee defense?
Yes,
But it's
it is.
not like
It is in
S
a weird
where it
place.
has like no shot defense either.
It's. I would say it's a usable suit.
It's more
overall.
of a Camp for Amazing than an S.
Mm.
Camp for Amazing also had high shot, high melee defense. But it actually still had shot defense, unlike S Gundam, which is like 20 per part.
Yeah. Like, for example, this head, if we jump over to the trade, high firepower is a really common thing. And having a when one enemy shot down reuse cooldown lets you skip over initial cooldown. The
This
chest
reminds me of...
is dumb.
This reminds me of Heine.
Yeah, it is. It's a similar level, but the high firepower trait is really common right now.
What was Heine? Beam?
I think so.
Beam and cooldown? Yeah. Same one enemy trigger, for sure. But
yeah. And one thing is certain, remember, I think the reduction cooldown starts at a higher value than Heine.
What the fuck is this?
The chest is like,
I
don't even know what to do with this.
But what the fuck is this?
It's a very that chest piece is like a special thing. It's a special thing on its own. I cannot fight this. It's like if this is one of those pieces that you look at it.
Why did I pull out Freedom?
This is like the ultimate ultimate chest piece for a full power shot build right now. You have like armor up to heaven. So much shot and so much shot defense that it just jumps sky high, and 2 really common tags: Commander, which is the current best tag to have available on a shot build, and high firepower. Like, I mean, what is the flaw on a suit like this?
That is a 1 part investment, 50 to 80%.
This is completely crazy.
I don't have the non-alter. I can't see what it is, but that's probably just as dumb.
It is just as dumb. I had it. I don't have it right now. Oh, but let me check the banner. The banner should drop that. Give me a second. And I'll look at the banner for you and just say if it's that dumb.
I am quite uncomfortable.
Let me just tell you the chest piece. Unaltered. 6.8 armor, 4K shot, 4K shot defense.
Cool. Let's make me feel worse about my full armor unicorn decisions. No, hold on. We're taking a trip.
Where do you want me to go next? The arms?
I'll go into your arms as I cry and sob. Because look how much work I have to do to get near that.
No, it's
Look
just.
at this.
I'll be honest. Uh, I'll be very honest with you. Poor you. Mobius by itself almost kills this. It's
Also,
like a monster.
stat-wise, Big Freedom is a better main part for just raw attack defense than POW is for FOW. If I swap Big Freedom in here instead of POW, I actually have higher shot and shot defense. I just have lower everything else.
Man. Jesus Christ. This week was one hell of a ride. I'm afraid for
What am I missing?
the last two Super Sokai ones.
Hold on, just not to distract myself, but why do I? What's this?
Now, but let's go back to our to crying
LTD
over
is
Sky.
flaring up. Why does it hate my? Oh, because for some reason I don't have a long range activated on something.
Oh, it's the gear.
Yeah,
gear
because for some reason somewhere long range isn't activated.
Ah, that's cool.
What? Is this just some weird throwaway build?
Probably.
Did I switch a part and not realize it? Why?
I think it was the sword. I think it was the sword. Go back to the sword.
I saw it selected on the sword though, because that was Chevalier.
It was?
Okay, hold on. Why isn't, like, either Lala or Ren in here? I need to fix this or I can't sleep tonight.
Oh my god.
So I'm just gonna shove Lala in there then, as my highest long range, and just activate that tip real quick. Okay, that's weird. I don't know why that did that.
Yeah, no, you were probably testing stuff. It's okay. We all accept that we cannot be perfect. We cannot be perfect. Also, congratulations on the 101 and 14.
Oh, I can go higher.
No, I believe you.
I just won't have all that big fat percent behind it.
Yeah, the traits matter more. So, going back into our good old Double O Sky.
I hate it.
Oh, we also have another one to talk about. I just reminded that it's not in your list. The build project. But let's finish Sky and see how much time we have.
This is dumb.
The legs are crazy. The tags are crazy. The X skills are sort of okay.
This I can make fun of. Vernier boost?
Yes, exactly. See? The X skills are not as crazy as that. The only thing this X skill has one good thing, which is the animation. It is as effect stacking as you can get in one single suit.
I have a weird thing to comment on about Vernier capacity up, which I've probably mentioned before. It's so dumb, and it won't apply to you as the user because you're locked in the cutscene. But when you have an effect that raises your Vernier capacity,
it recharges it to full.
It recharges it instantly. So your squad mates, if they happen to be low or overheating when you cast this, will be refreshed.
Yes, that's good. That's probably one of, I think.
That's like this one saving grace of this weird ass buff that isn't good.
It works with it. I mean, you can use it when you're starting to recharge.
Well, you're gonna be in the cutscene the whole time, like.
You will, but at least you have something to be bored with while you recharge your Vernier. But yes, now, are you back from the shock of this whole suit?
No.
Or do I need to make it worse?
So the Saber has another 15 like we got with Perfect Strike Freedom.
Wait.
It's going to require...
Did you look at the arms of Mobius?
Yeah, and I moved away from them very quickly.
What you don't like about them?
I don't have them.
Oh, exactly.
I also don't run Commander, and this is a weird split of defensive and offensive traits that a lot of people can really take advantage of well.
Well, it isn't in that weird spot spot we talked about earlier. So if you get some survival, you get some shot offense, and you have like those dumbass stats.
I think this is okay. Though the pool of twin rifles to play with isn't, as great as I'd like it to be.
Mm.
This is okay. I mean, it's 2 skin parts, which is also a little limiting, but it gets you 2 very strong universal options.
And do remember that this being a saber makes it that you can sub Lacerta from T Freedom under it. So
And it's a good melee weapon. It's a good shot weapon. Like, that melee defense makes it good for stabbing people. That shot makes it good for supporting your shooter. It's a good
it's
part.
clearly good. Yeah.
Before even alter, as long as these stats didn't literally appear out of thin air,
They did not appear out of thin air.
I would give this
You
a
can
5
trust me
say.
on that.
I think it does everything.
It does.
Not even counting the alter trait. Just if it has that universal EX boost for middle shooter, and that stat distribution, and these tags, I'd give it a 5 say. And if Damien doesn't, I want you to all write into him directly and ask why he opposed me.
Also, tell me, what's your opinion on the 2 swords, the Arendite? That's a weird one. That's in a funny place,
Are
but
they
I want
held
your opinion on it.
underarm like tonfers? Or are they held by the handles over here?
Handles. So they're actually swords.
Okay, I hate them. So they're like heat rev.
You know what I hate about this sword? Is that it straight up overpowers my investment in the tonfas, power-wise. It's straight up higher. You cannot fight this.
And it's a weapon type that has like 3 more options than module.
Yes.
Strike freedom.
Well, yeah, exactly. So it's there. It's good. I like it, but I
like the rush.
It also made me sad.
Nice.
Oh, I really like the final hit on this one.
Yeah, it's a rush skill, so it does like a little EI. What's your eye thing?
Yeah, at the end it does like a single.
Yeah. One of my biggest recent regrets is not biting the bullet and altering Ifrit custom back for heat rush. Just because I could. Because it's the same animation. It ends in that double-handed cut through. And except it's heat weapon, so it's cool. Gee whiz, why do you get 3 different rifles? No, sorry, why do you get 6 different... Wait, hold on. The last 2 are 2 together. Why do you get 8 different rifles?
You have the separated ones, and the combined ones, and the regular ones.
Double power boosts, great stats, 8 high firepower. Yeah, okay.
I mean, how do you? We cannot even say this is actually bad because, like, look at it.
This one is the weakest probably, just because that defensive trait isn't going to do a whole lot for you if you're not getting hit.
But the boost trait is also universal, so that
I guess
that keeps it floating. You cannot say it's straight up bad.
I mean, it's the worst of the 3. If I were to put it in that incredibly specific vacuum.
Yeah, 12K
back parts at least can have some work.
Yes, back parts are a very common X skill slot, so yeah.
What is good, and what doesn't cost you money, unlike this mess, so the consensus is all the stats are ridiculous and they will be crap by the next big thing in 1 year, but otherwise its traits are half of which pretty okay.
Oh, give me 2 seconds.
1.
Chaos at home.
2.
I'll be back.
Okay. Now that I'm finally free of my Melga shackle, we can talk about the real draw this week. Welcome to GNL Dive After Dark. Even though it's like 10:30 in the morning. Strike Rouge Tori, our event suit of the week, is a certified G, and I absolutely adore it. Outside of the head, that oddly enough, doesn't get the same kind of stat love as the rest, this is a statistically powerful event that can carry you just as well as any standard part unaltered throughout the whole thing. And it has a bunch of cool stuff going on. I've already written up a page for it. You guys can find it either on the server or we throw it on Reddit all the time, highlighting what I think is worth focusing and maxing out on with limited resources, or if you just want to only do a few things in 99 and then just dump the rest of your resources into new gear stuff. I put a list of what I think is the most valuable. TLDR, the head, the torso, and most definitely the back. The back is amazing. The head, particularly, is what Melga and I talked about previously. After 20 seconds pass, you just get a nice big cooldown boost. It's neat. You can time it on 3v3 that if you're taking just that long, you can get all your EX skills back online for that last wave just to blow through. It could work in a pinch. It still works in Battle Circuit for the same principle that you deal with the first 2 waves of EXs, then you just refresh it off this. It works in a variety of situations. It's nice.
And I'm
Oh
back.
shit,
Sorry for the
Melga's
delay.
back. Shh, head casual.
What happened?
I was talking mad shit about you, and now you have to go back and check the stream to actually make sure.
I'll trust you.
Your mistake. I moved on to Otori.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Like we talked about before with the head, this one happens to be a 20-second. But same principle. For Battle Circuit, for League, for things that you know are going to take a hot second. If you want to finish off that last wave of content really quickly, you can time it out so you just get it all back at once. It's not bad. I think what we really want to talk about, though, besides the toolbox parts, like the torso and the arms, is this. Is the backpack. It's really cool.
And it brings something new to the game, which is something that we all enjoy.
Always appreciated. So, get out of here, Maelstrom. I don't like you publicly. It's the same kind of animation we saw with Amazing Red Warrior. It is a sweep from right to left that only gets about a 90-degree arc at most. And then after the sweep is done, it'll lock onto a target and fire weapon. In Red Warrior's case, it was a bazooka shot. In this case, it's literally everything you have. It is your wing-mounted missile pods. It is your top-mounted big missile. It is your railgun on your back, and it is your fat beam on the other side. They will, like the bazooka of Red Warrior, snap target to whoever you're actually targeting if they're still alive. Or someone new if they're not for some reason. Mechanically, the damage on it gets split up quite a bit during that burst. So normally I wouldn't, put too much stock in it outside of ad clear. But it has a special thing, Melga, doesn't it?
It does. Gotta get those boosts out.
Due to either intention to give us something cool, or shoddy coding, which please Bamco don't fix.
Yes, I'm praying for it
the entire
never
EX
to be
skill
fixed.
Gets its damage doubled by long and mid shooter limit bursts. Normally that should only apply to beam attacks, which by the game's definition, big capital B beam, is a fat beam, a Jirobi.
Let me dump a silly question here. Did you test the damage of this in the Nishi challenges?
Oh, yeah. The beam portion... No, not even. I used a custom mission. The beam portion is actually coded as beam. The physical portions are coded as physical.
Okay, that's pretty good.
This is how I discovered this crazy nonsense. Is by, let me select backpack, let me select beam. And magically it appears on the list, even though it is a physical icon. How weird is that? That's how I discovered it, really, is because I was toggling the plugin for physical damage and beam damage on and off, so I could figure that out. You'd see ones across the board till either the physical or the beam portion connects, which would be real damage. And then testing Limit Burst, I accidentally messed up the plugins and discovered that I was getting double damage off the physical end. So that missile barrage at the end, those railgun shots through the sweep, if they actually manage to hit something, they comically fail to a lot because they're at fixed intervals. they will still deal double damage as well. This entire EX gets its damage doubled under Limit Burst. And if you happen to have Limit Burst passives for Beam and Physical, you'll still get those too.
So this is just activate your Limit Burst and unload hell.
Activate your Limit Burst and just sweep your way through an entire team. Or an entire field, an entire wave. 25 GNX, whatever. If you want everything slightly to the right and in front of you to disappear, this is fantastic. And it runs off of an 38 profile for cooldown. It's abusable. It's perfectly strong enough. It has unique applications in getting itself boosted. It's sick.
And it looks cool.
Oh, fantastic, yeah. They put a lot of love, even though I don't know, it looks kind of oddly low poly. If I just go back to it real quick. I was looking at the backpack itself. There's some really weird, like, lazy texturing here. But the fact they bothered to have animations for that missile firing, for the wing pod missiles firing, for those rocket pods firing, for both your cannons swinging up, they put a lot of love into this. Like, when you get to the end of your sweep, you can see the missiles launch if you pause enough. You can see that top missile go off, and you can see now empty rack pegs. Which, to my understanding, give me a second here, are not even modeled on the master grade. I heard from somebody that there's no way that you can actually, like, have those pegs and the missiles by themselves. They might have fibbed me, though, because... Am I looking at them right here? Oh, that's a video. Nope, those are just missiles in there. Those little pegs that you see empty afterwards...
Yeah.
Apparently are, like, attached to the missile pods in the actual kit itself. You just slot them into the bottom of the wing. So they even went through the trouble, the devs at least, to create a semi-unique state of this Gunpla that you cannot replicate easily in real life.
It's a clear win for fashion, a clear win for area of effect attacks, and for new gameplay options. So if you don't have this backpack maxed, go do so.
The only thing it's missing is throwing the sword.
Yeah.
Which is actually one of its best stun routes in Maxi Boost. Is, I believe, what is it? 2 melee? Whatever your melee button is, so 2 triangle, 2B, whatever it is. Just throws your sword out and stuns a dude.
That is funny.
Anything else you want to touch on this guy?
No, I'll bet the traits are on the other parts.
Look at these stats.
Oh, the shield is good. The shield is good stat-wise, but the trait is...
real quick.
I mean...
So 99 gold mark is sitting at 1800 shot. And 3000 shot defense. Something that you just praised another shield for having.
Exactly.
In fact, 1800... what is... Grandpa... P Grandpa...
Let's just say that this...
It converts better than P Grandpa.
Yeah, I was going to say that. Let's just say that this one has a good base value. And you end up with around 3k shot just from conversions. So, if you're lacking a good shot shield, this is one hell of a starter.
Oh, I can't sort by stats. I was hoping to sort by shields, and then see if there's any other shot shield in the standard pool that comes close to it.
Yeah, that's one of the issues with the availability.
Wow. Okay, well that's humbling.
Which one are you checking?
Unaltered T-Fighter.
Yeah, one T-Fighter is...
Whew.
It is. Yeah. Exactly.
Everything
Divider
else,
gets
though. Well, no,
Divider
B2 assault.
gets almost 5k shield shot attack. So
Okay, these are all pretty silly. But before these guys came around, oh no, Todd is still pretty great too.
yes.
Who else has some shot? Wing? Yeah, come on, Wing, show me something. Okay, it's
No.
better than Wing Shield. It's better than all the first gen bigs before they got big.
Yes. It's a great shield for
It's
if
better than
it
Zeta
beat.
Plus.
Let's just say that it beats the crap out of most previous pre 3.1 shields.
Yep.
So if you need a shield for your secondary units that you're not going all out, this one should fit that without any issue at all.
And you're getting it to 99 with very, very little problems.
You just need to get a good trade on it.
Really, that's it. Slap on, I don't know, T-Daddy.
Yeah, that's a good start. There's also the buff effect shields like
T-Daddy.
the Astray Altar.
That too. Either blue frame or red frame.
Yeah, they're good places to be.
Alright, so that's more or less the content going on this week. Something I did want to touch on with you, as long as I had you hostage. These guys are pretty dumb.
Can I hold you hostage for another one too after that?
Yeah, sure. These guys are getting pretty dumb.
Okay.
I thought
yes, they are.
Char's
They are.
counterattack Amuro was starting to be like the peak of what we're going to level out. But week after week, we've been seeing more and more dudes with crazier stats.
I mean, the armor on this guy, he's a shooter, and he almost beats the crap.
Louise
He
last
catches.
week.
His armor is crazy.
Yeah.
It's like, and he has a semi-universal trait. I mean, what the hell are you doing, guys?
He's actually better ribbons.
It's like six shot attack and then just a power boost trade and good tags and
even Orga 2 gets up there with Commander on that. Mid shooter Commander with 639 and huge armor.
yes, but this one gets an actual regularly available trade. Like 30% power for just having P type is with that stat line and good tags is impressive.
It's just weird to me that we've been sitting at that base 1100, base 1600 level for so long. Then we started getting a handful of odd boosts like Anaros. But still, we kept in that same range of like the 1800 base. Pre-marks, of course.
They clearly decided on 3.1 that pilots are moving up.
Now we're regularly getting into the 2300 range without any kind of
issue.
Without any kind of sign of stopping.
Like, this is Gundam type, as we talked before, one of the most common tags available in this game, and has those traits. Well, McGill is, if you don't go shooter, McGillis too is also pretty close to what we're going for now.
Yeah. Same with Allenby.
Yeah.
Like, and they're McGillis all just creeping up steadily week after week after week, instead of just kind of staying at the same plateaus that we've been used to.
But like, for example, if you check McGillis at max, it does not go as crazy as what we're getting right now, and McGillis was already good.
McGillis is higher melee than the other shop boys we're looking at. Mackey's but, sitting at 6'4".
No, yes, but also
offense is sitting at 6
but flat. he sacrificed like 1k of melee defense for that, and Fermi goes higher because of that.
McGillis' trait's universal.
True. And this one is semi-universal and still has 3k armor. So, I mean, how do you even fight that?
Even Largon! He's sitting at mancha levels with the same tags. He just happens to have twice as much attack.
Yeah, Largan is really good. He's I think the closest we have defender wise for this was what, like Mancha and I don't know,
Mancha,
Gomoro Ray. Gomoro
Mancha,
Ray.
Gamero has offenses and stats, which is nice.
Yeah, Gomoro is good for offenses and armor.
Rakan
And Mancha
happens to
was
be the same stat line as Mancha, just with
yeah.
Xeon Hi-Fi instead.
So there's solid options if you're chasing something to be tanky.
NO last week is a defender with huge melee attack. And still 5k armor. I think if you had your choice on Mancha, you would in a heartbeat trade 1,000 armor for like 3,500
4K.
melee attack. Not even that, like straight up 4k melee attack.
See? But that's where we look at and see and remember our good old event pilot,
Her shot
Gomoro
defense is
Ray.
pretty high too. If you were
Gomoro
around
Ray
at that
was
point.
crazy. Yes. If you were around at that point. If I were not, the Anil is a solid choice.
That was
and
like
do
a
remember,
single week.
Yeah, and do remember, we have 3-star tickets frequently now. So some of the 3-star pilots for armor are pretty damn high.
Mm-hmm. Also, didn't Gamero start as a 4-star, same as Naosuke?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, so you can't compare them.
He has the Gomuro is like a balanced offensive defender with a good physical resistance and has that disgusting revive. But yeah.
Yeah, technically he doesn't have 6,000 HP. He has 9,000.
It's cheating. Okay, and now, do you want to go? Let's just go look. I mean, if you're okay with that, let's just
here.
go look at the good old. Oh, are you?
I don't know. What do you want to talk about?
Oh, I was going to say that one is a pretty fun choice, but I was going to mention a silly thing. But yeah, this one works. Do remember, guys, this banner is up right now and gives you altered parts.
Altered Sokai items, some of which have is Exia R4 actually in the alteration pool at the moment?
I'm not sure. I don't think so. Jagdarche, oh, yeah, and she had Quant, which is also really good.
I can't sort by date, but I'm going to sort by Trailblazer.
No, just checking that you have Phantom.
It's not in there yet.
It is not. So you get altered parts that are not alterable
R4 isn't Trailblazer. Hold on, I'm full of shit.
Yeah. Oh my god, you don't know your Gundam. There.
Is it just under regular 00?
R4 is MSV.
No, it's regular 00.
R4?
Yeah. Look at that. It's regular 00.
What the hell?
That's you.
How the hell do you put R4 there? That's post-movie.
Because it's a continuation of the main series in stage drama format? I don't know.
That's bad.
Technically, MSV isn't MSV, though. It's technically OOI. And V and P. And
fine.
I'm squinting at it right now.
Fine. I'll accept that.
Well, anyway, you're ending up with post-alter parts.
Yes. And they are all pretty solid if you want to build a suit. Do remember, guys, that you need to do 2 full cycles of the banner to get the part that if you want to choose one part.
Right. And they're giving us essentially 2 of each part type from this curated list, including Gian Ultron. No, that's Justice Knight. Wrong round shield.
That round shield is still very good.
Giantachi, though, I know everyone's been crazy about this. What's funny is there's some temptation from shooter people I know, almost solely because Wing Zero Endless Waltz made its way in here for the backpack,
Yes,
which
that
is
backpack
still a
is.
premier shooting part.
Do remember that that backpack has one advantage over every other cutscene in the game. Well, every
No
other more or
awakening.
less. The old. No, I was going to say where it starts. Show us the skill at level 1 if you don't mind.
Oh my god.
That the starting value is already higher than the other ones.
How
It
so?
starts at S.
Oh, instead
Most
of
of the
S
other ones,
minus? Gotcha. So S instead of
so
S minus.
and a 40% attack buff.
Yeah,
So
but
it's
that's altered,
clearly
so.
yes, but it's clearly heavily offensive
These are not bad
without
choices
awakening.
for your part slots either. Like they're giving
Yes,
you
if you
some
want to
really
kill,
solid options.
yeah, if you want to kill a multiplayer boss, that back is going to take you really far. So yeah,
So what
now
did you actually want to talk about?
exactly. I want to go with the martial arts coming back. Let's go, mobile fighter.
Okay. What
Are
about
you in
Mobile
the mood
Fighter?
for that one? Hmm?
What about Mobile Fighter?
We got a new build project starting
Oh,
last week.
that means we got like 3 weeks to talk about it though.
No, it's 2 weeks. I mean, we are at Material B, right?
And we're really lazy and might skip additional weeks. I might get out of this entirely.
Um, well, I
So,
was just gonna say it's back and it's good. So if
it's back, it's good. Everything about it is still as good as God was previously.
the
You just
head
pretty much
is
have
on a different,
an updated stat line.
yes, and the updated power on the X skills, except the chest.
Actually,
The
let's
chest is like
do
bad.
alteration instead.
Yes, let's just
Is
quickly
it
check
is the
alteration.
torso hyper mode still terrible?
Yes, it's still terrible. The chest, even altered. I cannot save
54%
that one.
melee buff with the speed boost.
It's like I grab the ogre head and I'm like 5% under this,
Yeah,
and
and
it gives me
anti-flinch.
anti-flinch, which is tremendous for melee attacks.
So stat wise, of course, everything's amazing. It has to be, or they won't sell it.
It yes,
That's
it's
wise,
crazy high.
it's all identical. You just pretty much have different stuff going on in the leg and the back.
I'm just gonna mention the head is one AOE attack that has 19-second profile and S power.
And S power?
Yes,
It goes from B to S minus? Well,
go check it. Go check it.
I'm
How
looking at it right
crazy it
now.
is. Oh, you're looking at it. My screen is being slow.
It goes from B to S. Huh. That is a bit of a
Yeah,
jump.
and with that low cooldown profile, that's a really usable part.
Yeah, man, that's amazing. I wonder if there's any alternative that we can find somewhere.
Mm. S minus with AOE and 20 seconds.
Yeah, that's nuts. It's,
I think
yeah,
Master Gundam even altered is like.
man, you'd spend. I'm getting there before you get there. Man, I think spending, yeah, that 15,000 Haro chips in that'll be definitely worthwhile because there's nothing else that can even come close to it. Aha.
Okay, okay, let's go.
I don't know. As a bonus, if you're pulling anyway and you make the head, that's cool. But I think you're
But I
overhyping
mean,
when a functional replacement
no.
exists, Master.
In this case, I'll be very honest, and I cannot say this in any other way. The new God Gundam build project is just a numbers game.
Yeah.
If you're going for that, you're chasing numbers, even if it is the X skill power numbers. The arms are unfair X skill wise. It goes SS minus with a 59% attack buff, and it's like the craziest thing ever at delivering damage.
If you're melee.
Obviously. I mean, if you want to deliver punches at full power, that's it.
Rampage.
Is it not though? Did you look at the SS minus profile of those
I
arms?
see the
That's
letters.
so
Yes,
scary.
I see the fancy letters.
And the numbers. It has like Look at that. It's a
Wow, big number
59%
going
melee
up.
buff. Yes, numbers go up.
Yeah, base 50 for squad is kind of silly. Even if it is just a regular Hisatsu cooldown.
Yeah,
You grab a dude
it's
and you squeeze. It's still the squeeze, right?
it is. It is. Unfortunately, they didn't do the beam into squeeze attack.
Unfortunately,
That
they didn't do God Shadow.
yes, or the actual beam attack, just going full Dragon Ball with the Kamehameha attack. But yeah,
Back's a
but
double
yes,
boost. That's neat.
I just wanted to yeah. The back is also the shares the same profile. The shares a transfer, a huge transfer with regular P-type God
Yep,
back,
I can imagine.
so you can play around with it on any mobile fighter build.
Actually, wait a minute. I already have regular Godhead altered. I
That's a
don't
good one
need this
too.
silly thing.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not chasing numbers, I have the full God altar too.
I'm
So
pretty sure. Oh, well, yeah, I'm sure you do. I
gotta keep
think
the
I got
martial
it
arts.
from like a random Cracker Jack box or something and didn't realize it. Let's see here. Oh yeah, look at that. I got it from like a lucky bag. Like, oh, that's neat. So I altered it because I actually just ended up having, plenty of alter tools. I think A minus is still comparable to S minus for what it is, and for how much I spent on it.
Exactly. So, and it has I think it has a higher Pierce profile too, which can be
Yep.
useful in some situations. No, it's cool. I'm just saying it's if you're chasing numbers, that build project is the way
Did
to
I ever
go.
get God arms? Because they look really cool.
Oh,
I never got God arms, but I have a lot of shining arms I need to fuse real quick. Hold on.
shiny is fun.
How do
Shining
I
is
have so
really
many of these just lying around?
maybe the mobile fire cap. Did you chase
No.
that at some
Why would I
point?
chase that? I mean, it's a
I don't
standard
know.
part, so I'm just gonna have them. It's just funny to me that I have like 4 of them just sitting independent in my box that haven't been touched yet. There we go. That makes me feel better. Wait, what's that? Why is that still there? Oh, build project,
Exactly. You
which
have to
I
grab one.
which I never actually touched after I got it as a freebie part way back when.
Oh my god, are you serious?
What?
That grab attack
It's great.
was
Yeah, it's the best.
for quite a while it was the only part that would reach A plus at a 30-second profile.
Yeah, it's really fantastic. I got no arguments with it. It's Shining Finger. It better get some love.
It
Just I'm
does, it
not
does, it's great.
using it. I'm sorry.
I am. It's still carrying my melee build for quite a while. Even I mean, like build project parts have a lot of value if you look at them long term. But yeah, you need to measure what you're chasing for. That's why I
Yep.
was mentioning that the build project is a repeating myself. It's a bit of a numbers game, but it's a really good numbers game. You get a
Shit.
new full power cutscene, an AOE with S minus, which is not common.
That AoE is a
And,
butt ton of armor too. Like you are not stopping that train unless they get incredibly lucky with knockdown timing.
mm-hmm.
It will power you through a bunch of attacks and sometimes even get you killed. Because you're
Yes,
still just taking the damage as you rush towards them as a head.
I'll be honest. That has happened to me in build circuit.
You've gone for the attack, but since it's not flinching the master grades, they just kind of carve you up.
Yes, you get slashed out. Especially the melee one. The melee ones is
Appian.
also never use this one while you're getting SP shotted. It's gonna melt you through. It's just plain bad in that
I haven't
regard.
actually started my build circuit yet, nor have I actually seen what it is this month. Whoops,
No,
I gotta do arena.
what is it? Yeah, let's just see.
Physical!
Oh, that's.
Rev up those mags, kids!
Don't forget, guys. Grab the Dragon
Oh,
Shield and alter
interesting.
it, or the Mark II.
It's on Noble Path map.
Oh, that's
Rev
interesting.
up those frame rates.
Oh my god. I need to do that one. I need more Haro coins.
You know what? I'll just
Let's just say that we all do.
what is the attribute of this? S? Perfect. Let's just auto build an S real quick, something that has a physical, and I'll just go into it and take a look around real quick.
Oh,
What's gonna be my
like,
first 99 laps? Who's gonna be my best friend?
oh, who's gonna be your best friend if you take a look at a
Carl!
net?
It's 1000% Carl. And then Carl's just gonna get a physical shield. And then I'm just gonna keep doing this till I'm done.
Yeah.
Ta-da! Look, I beat Build Circuit.
I was going to think that you're going to grab the Otori strike. But yeah, Carl is Carl.
No, but Carl already has the sick mags and the Vulcans. If we
Yeah,
still
Carl.
had the magazine time stop glitch, Carl
Did
could
you not
very
even
easily
put
get
a
me down.
pilot there?
Oh, whoops. Do I really
You,
need to? I just want to
I
check out
don't.
what the map layout and the enemy layout is, even though we have wonderful Haro helpers on the server who post that as
We
soon
do.
as it's known. Okay, so we got a Susan, we got a Virtue. Oh, we're having some big fat full saber. And I'm just going to do that for 10 laps.
Yep, that should be enough.
Thanks, Carl. I'll whip out someone nice on the next ones.
Carl is
Well,
our chunky boy is taking
our
care of
chunky
us.
boy's never stopped being useful. Bless you, our chunky boy. You have come into my life at a great time. Free altar tools. So, I don't think I have much else to talk about this week.
I don't think so either. Maybe
Yeah.
just don't forget, guys, pay attention to the Gundam Info YouTube channel because in 2 days we're going to get the new.
Batlog! I'll continue. I just want to shout Batlog.
Oh, we're going to check out our new episode of Gundam Breaker Battle Log. So we
Batlog!
can, yes, that too. My English is so bad sometimes.
Oh no, you're probably a bit closer than I am. Yeah,
And
we're finally getting an anime series based on this game that we know and definitely love and are not sick and frustrated at.
exactly. So we're going to see all of the suits we've been getting in Super Sokai, Live Lance, Helios, Blazing,
Perfect
Double O
Strike
Quanta
Freedom.
Command. Oh, we didn't get that one yet.
What? Oh, Quanta, yeah.
Oh,
Perfect Strike
yeah,
Freedom. We're going to see him in action, animated. And a fun adventure with these
exactly.
characters that we've been sitting alongside for 2 goddamn years.
Indeed. So take your time, enjoy the episodes, and let's see when do those new suits come to the game.
Mm-hmm.
So enjoy.
Yeah, thanks
Oh,
again for joining us. I've been the other MC. This has been Melga. If you want to go somewhere cool to talk about this game, we have the GNL Got a New Type Labs Discord server at discord.gg/gbm, your one-stop place for tips, tricks, stats, and strats. And until the next redive, thank you and be excellent.
see you soon, everyone.